Hi, third graders. It's Mrs. Farrell. I am the math coach at Emerson and Madison, for those who don't know me. For those who do know me, you'll start to notice that there are a number of different math coaches doing number talks for you from around the district. So I hope you enjoy all the wonderful different number talks that will be coming your way in the coming weeks. So today I thought we would do another splat for our number talks. And with third grade, for our splat, we are looking at a splat that has multiple splats on it. So not only will we need to try to first figure out how many dots there are up on the screen, we will then have to try and determine how many dots are under each of the splats. And since each of the splats are going to be the same color, we know that the same amount of dots are underneath each of them. So we'll try and get in two today. So the first one is here. Go ahead and pause as you try to figure out how many dots there are on the screen. All right, and once you have your answer, you can go ahead and maybe share with someone around you how you figured out how many dots there were. For me, I always like to try and chunk as much as I can. So I actually saw two groups of 3 dots right here, 3 and 3, so I knew that was 6. I saw another 6 here, kind of looked like a dice to me, these 3 and 3 together. And then I saw another 3 and 3 down here. So 6 groups of 3, I know that 6 times 3, or 3 groups of 6, 3 times 6, both of those are going to give us a product of 18. So that's how I solved it. Some of you may have counted by 2s. Some of you may have seen groups of 4. You may have done it by the groups of 3 and counted by 3s. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Many different ways you may have known how many dots there are. So let's confirm. Yes, there are 18. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and put up the splat. Here we go. All right, there are 3 splats on our dots here. So your next job is to pause and try and figure out how many dots are under each splat. All right, once you've had some time to think, maybe share your thinking with someone around you. My strategy here is I'm thinking I knew there were 18 total, and now I'm only seeing 6 not covered. So my first thought is to do 18 minus 6, which I know is going to leave me with 12. Then from there, since all of these splats are black, I know that there's the same amount of dots under each of these. So now I'm looking at a division problem. So I'm looking at 12 dots divided by 3 splats. And I know that 12 divided by 3 is going to equal 4. So my guess would be that there are 4 dots underneath each. You could have also looked at that as a multiplication problem. So again, if you knew that there were 12 that were covered because you took away the 6 that you see here, we can look at that as a multiplication problem. 3 times what equals, is going to give me the 12 that I know are left. So 3 times 4 is going to give you 12. So let's see. If you had a different strategy, please share it with someone around you. Again, I wish I could hear your thinking, but it's really important for us to try and think about different ways we can solve the same problem. So as we reveal these, it does look like there were 4. All right, let's try one more today. All right, pause, try and figure out how many dots there are. All right, and then when you're ready, try and explain to someone around you how you knew how many there were. This time I saw groups of 4. I saw 4 here, I saw 4 here, I saw 4 here, and then I saw an extra one. So I know that 3 times 4 is going to give me 12, plus one more gives me 13. Again, you may have done it a very different way, and that's important to be able to look at it in different ways. So I wish I could hear from you right now. There are 13 dots up on the screen, and here comes our splat. All right, pause, try and figure out how many dots might be underneath those splats. Again, they all must be the same number. And when you're ready to come back, think about how you might approach this. Some of you might even try a little bit of trial and error.